Hello and welcome to another episode. In today's tutorial, we are going to be talking about HTML lists. But before we get into this, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, everybody, so we're going to be studying HTML lists with W3 Schools. Again, this is the free source that we are using to learn. Now, in yesterday's chapter, we were taking a look into formatting. So today, we're going to talk about lists. Now, if you want to check out yesterday's video and the chapter and how we talk about how to add format to your HTML website, feel free to find the link of that video in the comment section below. Okay, so let's get started with lists. So what is a list? What is an HTML list? Here I have a few examples in what is a list. It's a simple list of items, right, that you can have. Now, it is divided either by lists that are order, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like this one as an example. And you also have unordered lists, which are lists that just have a simple dot or a square or a dash in front of them. They are not ordered alphabetically. They are not ordered numerically, nor none of that. Okay, so those are the two types of lists. You have unordered lists and then you have ordered lists. So let's go ahead and let's take a look into how you are going to be using both of them into your website. And we're going to be doing this by using the website that we were creating since the beginning of this HTML course. So here is the website that we have created since chapter 1, and we're going to be using the same code that we have been working on. So today, we're going to go into lists. So I'm going to still use the same HTML file. So let me just go ahead and hit enter here, and we're gonna start creating our lists. Here, let's get started by creating, and let's start by talk about unordered lists first, which are the ones that will simply have a dot or a dash or a slash in front of it, okay? So let's go to unordered lists. And here is what is going to define unordered lists. It's the tag UL. So you're going to start with the tag UL, and then inside of this tag, you're going to list every single item by using LI. And you have to obviously close the LI tag. Here is a quick example of this list, which is unordered. So let's go ahead and let's code it into our file. So we're going to create a list here. And let's just put an H1 first. And this is just optional, just so we can see it in the website. And I'm just going to put here an H1 saying this is a list. Okay, and let's just do this. This is Okay, well, what we're gonna do is create first the unordered list. Yeah, so this is an unordered list. Okay, now we're going to save this and let's take a look at the website. This should be at the very bottom of the page. So let's refresh, and there it is. Okay, this is an unordered list. So below this H1, below this header, you're going to see the list that we're going to create right now, which is going to be the unordered one. Okay, let's go back to the file, and then let's create the list using this example right here. So in order to let HTML know that you want to create an unordered list, we're going to be using the UL tag. So let's start with the UL tag. And as you can see, Visual Studio Code always does this. That's why I love it. It automatically gives you the closing tag. So what I'm gonna do is just simply hit enter, and you have a UL here, an order list, and then you have the closing tag for it. Now I am hitting enter, and I'm gonna do it twice because inside of this tag we're going to add some content, which is going to be the LI tag to define each item that we're going to add into our unordered list. Okay, so let's go ahead and create that. So LI, and the list that we're going to create is going to be probably, I don't know, let's just put cars. Okay, so here under this list, we're going to put the name of a car. I don't know, let's a brand name. So let's just say Toyota. And I'm going to copy this and I am going to paste this like 4 times. And then let's go ahead and change this Toyota for the name of Mazda. And let's do here Ford. And let's do here Hyundai. Okay, there you go. So we have 4 items. Remember, these items are not order. So we're going to save this right now. And we're going to go back to our website. We're going to hit refresh because right now there's nothing below these title here. Okay, so let's just hit refresh. And boom, there you go. You have Toyota, Mazda, Ford, and Hyundai. As you can see, as default, you have a circle here for the unordered list. Now, we can change that circle. And here is how we do it. Let's go back to the HTML document here for lists. So on unordered lists, you have a style type inside. This is like a CSS property actually that you're going to be using when we take a look at CSS. But I just want to show you how to do it inside of this HTML file right now. So this is a property that you're going to use to change the little circle to a square or to a disc, etc. So what we're going to do is use this right here. Style equals, and then in quotes, we're going to put the list style type. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's copy this right now in here. And actually, I'm not going to copy that. I will do it manually so that you guys can see. We're going to use the list style as disk so we can see what does it do into this unordered list. And we're going to create 3 lists just so we can see each item in a different way. Actually, we're going to create 4 of them. So how do we create 4 lists? Simple. Go back to HTML. We're going to copy this code right here, which is our whole list. So let's do that. 1, 2, we have 3, and then let's do one more, 4. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. So we have 4 lists. Now I'm creating 4 of them because I am going to give them each a different style so that you guys can see how to change the square. So let's use the style inside of the first list that we created. So style, and see here, it automatically gives me the option to put width, height, display, positioning. All of that is CSS. So I'm not going to be talking about that right now. Actually, I'm getting myself ahead because I'm going to be teaching you guys CSS very soon once we finish this HTML course. So style, that's the first thing that we use. And then we're going to use the list style type as disk. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. List. We're going to call it type. Oops, sorry. It's actually style type, and then here, list style type, we have disk right now, but you can use different. Actually, on Visual Studio Code gave me a couple of options. You see it says circle, decimal. This is the entire type of items that you can put in front of your list. So let's go ahead and let's test the first one, which is disk. Okay, let's do that. So when we do this, we're going to use disk. Okay, and I'm going to save this We're going to go back to our website and we're going to refresh the page. Okay, so when you put this into disk, it's still in black because that's what a disk is. It's just those little dots right next to your list. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's do the same thing with our next list here, this one. I'm just simply going to copy paste this to make it faster. So let's just copy this and put this inside of our UL. Okay, now this, we're going to change the disk. Now it's not going to be disk. This time it's going to be circle. Okay, we're going to use circle. I'm going to save it and we're going to refresh. There you go. So the second one, it's a circle now. And you see, it's not a black circle. So a disk is like a black circle, and then the second one is like a white circle. That's how I can say it. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's change our third list. So I'm just going to copy all this code and I'm going to put it inside, inside of our UL. And the reason that it's doing that is because I'm missing the quotes. So let's just add those quotes right there. Okay, there we go. Just be careful when you are typing in your code, because if you miss a dot, if you missed a column or something inside of it, that creates a bug, and that's when wrong things start happening. Okay, so we have created the list style into we already used this, we already used circle. Now let's use the third one, which is square. Okay, let's try square out. So square, there we go. Let's save this. We're going to hit refresh. And now we have a couple of squares right next to our list. And finally, we're going to try the one that it's called none. And that should leave our list without any type of information. Okay, so oops, just give me 1 second here. Okay, so we're going to change square and we're going to name it none. There you go, none. So we're going to save this, and this last list should change as well. Let's hit refresh. There you go. So it doesn't have any type of dots. So that's how you can create a list which is not ordered. It's simply a list that will have the item displayed the way that you wrote them down in here. Okay, so now let's go ahead and let's do the following, which is create an order list. Okay, so let's go back to our HTML tutorial at W3 Schools and let's take a look at ordered lists. So an ordered list is still a list, but the difference from the unordered list is that this one is going to be, it's going to have a numerical symbol in front. So let me give you a couple of examples here. It's going to add numbers, like it's going to be numbered by numbers, or it's going to be organized by uppercase letter, or is going to be ordered by lowercase Roman numbers. So as you can see, I mean, we have several options to order our list. So let's do that. Okay, in order for you to create an order list, you're going to use the tag OL. Okay, and still you're going to use LI for each item that you're going to put inside of your order list. So let's go ahead and let's try it out. Going back to our HTML document, now we're going to be creating an order list. And let's add an H1 here. And in this H1, we're going to say this is an order list. Let's go ahead and let's save this and let's go back to your web page. Right now there's nothing below Toyota, Mazda, Ford, and Hyundai, the last list here. But when I hit refresh, now we have another title here that says this is an order list. Okay, so having this title right now, we're going to go back to our code and we're going to start creating the order list. Okay, so to do that, it says W3 School, we have to use the tag OL. Okay, so I already did it. And also remember to use the closing tag because we're going to have content inside of the order list. So inside of each order list, we also have an item starting with the tag LI. And inside of the tag, we are going to put the same cars, okay? So let's do Toyota again, and let's copy this item, and we're simply going to paste it a couple of times. Okay, 3, 4. Okay, let's do 4 of them. And here we're going to change just the names. So yeah, let's just do the same so we don't complicate our lives trying to just make up stuff, okay? Because ultimately what I want to show you is just how to code this thing. Ford, and then let's do the last one, which was Hyundai. Okay, so let's save this information and let me show you how an order list look like. So refresh, and voila! An order list has numbers right next to each item. So Toyota is number 1, Mazda number 2, Ford number 3, and Hyundai number 4. And we didn't have to type inside of our lists the numbers. This is created automatically by the code itself. Okay, now on the HTML document that we have here, it says that we can add an attribute to this order list so that it shows a numbers, so that it shows letters, uppercase letters or lowercase letters, or uppercase Roman numbers or lowercase Roman numbers. So let's go ahead and try them out, all of them. So that in order for you to do this, you are going to have to use the attribute called type, and then we're going to put, if it's for if it's to order the list by numbers, we're going to use the number 1. If it's to order by uppercase letter, then we're going to use A, and so on and so forth. So let's just do it so you can see how it's done. I'm probably going to have to create 1, 2, 3, 4, so 5 lists. So you can see all 5 examples in here. So let's go ahead and copy the first list, and we are going to paste it 3, 4, I think it was 5 times, right guys? Okay, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. So 5 times the order list. So let's save it, and let's check our web page. We should have 5 of these here. Refresh. There we go. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so in order to change the numbers in front of each item, we're going to use first the number 1. Okay, so in our code, we're going to use OL. We're going to use the attribute type, and then we're going to put, and see, Visual Studio Code already gives me the options in what attribute I want to use. So let's use the number 1, which is for numbers. Let's save this, okay? And let's refresh our page. And of course, it doesn't show a change because the number 1 stands for numbers, and we already have the order list showed by numbers, okay? So let's go ahead and let's do the second one, the second list, which starts here. Remember, this /OL is the closing tag for the previous list. So on this one, we're going to use OL, and then we're gonna use the type of A, capital A, which it should give us a order of uppercase letters. So let's save this, and let's go back to our web page. So this thing right here should change. Refresh. There you go. So we have A, B, C, D, not 1, 2, 3, 4 now. Okay, let's change the third order list, and we're gonna use the type A in lowercase, and we're gonna save this. So this third list is going to show in lowercase letter. So let's refresh, and there you go. Now we have A, B, C, D. Okay, and let's go ahead and change the which one is it? The third list. So let's use just the type I, capital I, which is Roman numbers. Okay, let's save it, and let's refresh. This one should change. There you go. Now we have Roman numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4 in Romans. Okay, and let's go ahead and change the last list. And here we're going to add a type of I lowercase so that we can see the list reflected in lower Roman numbers. So let's save this and let's refresh and we will see the change here. Refresh, and there you go. So now we have Roman numbers in our lists. And that's how you create order lists. Now, I hope that you guys are a little bit clear in what lists are on HTML, and this is very useful. Make sure you're taking notes of this and you're practicing this a lot, because by the end of this HTML course, I'm going to have a challenge for you, and we're going to create a full HTML website. So just make sure to practice a lot, guys. That's really the secret for you to become the best web developer ever, and it is to practice every single time. If you're passionate about this, I know it's going to become way easier for you to learn this, okay? And practice is the key. Make sure you practice. Okay, so that's it, everyone. If you like this video, remember to give me a thumbs up. As well, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, make sure to subscribe to it, because I am always uploading new videos with useful tutorials about web development and much more. And if you have any questions, remember to leave them in the comment section below, because I always check them out and I try to help you guys as soon as I can. And also remember that you can always ask Lixi. Bye everyone, see you again in the next episode.